you know, some people don't seek out a financial planner because they think you have to have a lot of money. Well, you know, so what would you tell them? Yeah.
I tell people you need to be serious about your money. It's not about how much, it's about being serious about making the right decisions around your money.
And right decisions like saving the right amount, what kind of right decisions?
So they're at a point where they want to make either better decisions about their money, or they feel like they've reached a point where they don't have enough knowledge to move forward. So they may come in, meet me, and yes, I do save for my retirement. I do have an emergency fund, but what else do I need to do? What other things do I need to consider? And so that's where financial planners come in and help them and guide them along the path that they want to take. And each individual is different. No one is the same.
Okay, you talk about emergency. So talk about the emergency fund for a minute. At what point should, and what kind of funds should they have in the emergency fund, and talk where that is in the savings process.
So, in the savings process, the emergency fund is the money that you need to get to right away. So that's not invested money. That's money that is sitting in either a savings account, CDs, short-term CDs, or a money market account. And this money is, and still everyone is different, even with the a particular cushion that they want to have. So yes, generally we'll say, have 3, 6, or 12 months of emergency savings, depending on your job, your position, and also your comfort level. But some people may actually want more because they feel like it's just a cushion for me. And then that's where I come into play and try to encourage them to understand where that's coming from. So that's the psychology coming in, but also encouraging them to let go of some of it so that it can make more money for them.
Okay. So let's say somebody comes into your office, see you, 50 years old, and just pay for their child's college tuition, coming out of college, but hasn't saved anything for retirement.
Wow. I haven't encountered that. I'm serious. I have not encountered that. Not in my practice. I have not. Wow. If they're in that position where they've prioritized their children's education, and women can tend to do that. They thinking about it because that's their legacy as well. Making sure that their children are educated. Well, the thing that I really encourage people is that we're not going to look at your past. I may ask you questions about your past just so that I understand how you got to where you are. But we're not going to focus on the past, because the focusing on the past will have you in a place where you may feel like despondent and you can't move forward. And I want my clients to be able to move forward. So we start with where they are. And then I'm looking at all of the different income sources that are coming into the household, and then, starting with an amount that we determine they're comfortable with. I really feel comfortable having clients focus on the goal and not focusing on the mistakes.
Okay, so have you had people coming in ready to retire, but you have to tell them you haven't saved enough?
Yes.
Okay. So tell them about that difficult conversation.
It is a difficult conversation. More and more, I am encountering women who really want to leave the workforce earlier, meaning that they want to leave like by 60. And then having the conversation with, okay, but that's the whole point of the financial plan, to show this is what you have, this is your pot, and also projecting it out. Is that going to be enough if you're in retirement for 30 years? And I let the report reflect what is actually occurring, and then having that conversation with, okay, so now you see where you are. Okay, these are the steps that you need to take in order to move forward. So that could be you may not be able to retire when you want to. You may have to work longer. It could be that you need to set aside more money, and they may have it, have the capability, the capacity to do it, but didn't realize that they should be doing it. So then it's explaining to them, okay, so you have capacity, so now let's reallocate some of this money that may have been going to other places into focusing on retirement.
Okay, so let's go to the other end of the age scale. Millennials, millennial women, okay. So what, kind of advice would you have for millennial women, knowing what you have seen as they grow older and okay, what is it that many haven't done, you wish they would have done, they wish they would have done?
For millennial women, the goal is just putting money aside for retirement, meaning each time you get a raise, that you're increasing the percentage that you put aside for retirement. I am really about balance as well, because there are people that may not live to retirement. So I am about balance. So you do need to enjoy yourself now. But taking the tax return and putting that aside, and that could be building up your emergency savings. And whenever you get a raise or promotion, telling them the percentage that you need to increase. I just did this a couple of weeks ago where I was explaining, like, okay, every time you get a raise, and we're going to talk about how you need to ask for that, you need to set aside at least 2 to 3% of that raise towards your retirement. It shouldn't hurt, because you didn't have the money anyway. So just trying to make it easier for people to digest, because sometimes when you look at retirement, it can be overwhelming. It can be daunting, because you're like, oh my God, it's so far away, and how do I get there, and how do I know I'm saving enough, and I don't want to take on risk. I mean, you hear all of these different things, and so again, we come in and we're like, I need to encourage you to do this, because if you don't, then who wants to find out at 80 years old that they don't have enough money? I mean, that's the reality. So so I'm explaining to them, this could happen, and we don't want you to be there. Not if you're working with me. I don't want you to be there. Now, if we disagree, because clients don't necessarily agree with everything that a financial planner, the advice that a financial planner provides to them, I tell them, we can disagree. I just will document that we disagreed, so that we know that I've informed you on what needs to happen in order for you to reach your goals.
Okay. Well, how do you find a financial planner? I mean, how do people find you?
Well, the CFP board actually has a search engine that allows you to find financial planners. That's one way. I am listed on their financial planner search website. Also, some people use the Association of African American Financial Advisors as well to find financial planners. I actually use search engine optimization. So early on, when people would reach out to me, they would tell me it was very difficult trying to find you. I was looking for a black woman, and I wanted to work with a black woman, and I'm hearing that even more now. And so I tried to make sure that my website would be searchable using search engine optimization in order to find me. So I use keywords.
So, okay, so women sometimes are more comfortable talking to women or having women as a financial advisor, and talking about their issues. Okay, and like, take it one more step. Black women many times more comfortable talking to a black woman advisor, do you think? Yes.
What I'm hearing when they reach out to me is that there's nuances to their life that they feel that Caucasian financial planner does not understand. And so they want to talk to someone that understands the community, that understands different aspects of their life when they bring it up, and doesn't make them feel bad about choices that they've made, or why certain things are important to them. They want to work with someone that makes them feel comfortable sharing whatever it is that they want to share, because money brings out a lot of information, personal information about a person. So you want to feel comfortable. And I always tell people, listen to your gut. Your gut is your guide.